Well, as the winter session of the Parliament approaches, the politics on the FDI on the multi-brand retail is heating up. The BJP today said it will oppose government's decision on the issue in Parliament next week. Party spokesperson Ravi Shankar Prasad said Bharatiya Janata Party will discuss its strategy within the NDA. The winter session of Parliament starts from the 22nd of this month.
Well, the CPM has given a notice for a debate with voting on FDI in retail under Rule 168 in the Rajya Sabha, Rule 184 in the Lok Sabha. Mamata Banerjee is also likely to give a similar notice. The BJP today said it will oppose the government's decision and will work out a joint strategy with its allies and other parties. One of the government's top allies, the DMK, is keeping it guessing. Supremo Karunanidhi has said that the party will reveal its position only when the bill is brought in Parliament. Among the other allies, the Samajwadi Party is opposed, while the BSP is yet to give a commitment despite the Prime Minister's dinner and lunch diplomacy with Mulayam Singh Yadav and Mayawati.
Well, so how do the numbers stack up for the UPA? The UPA has 252 MPs, as we know, in the Lok Sabha. This includes 18 of the DMK, which is yet to make a commitment in public, but may not be willing to rock the apple cart at the moment. 50 MPs support the UPA from the outside. That includes the SP and the BSP. The SP has 22. Well, the SP is opposed to FDI in retail. It's taken a public stand on the issue, while Mayawati, with her 21 MPs, is again keeping the government guessing. The main opposition group, the NDA, led by the BJP, has 151 MPs. They're opposed to FDI in retail, or at least have taken that stand as far as embarrassing the UPA government is concerned. The NDA is working on its strategy for the winter session of Parliament. Others add up to 87 MPs, and they include the left, which is a strong bloc, which is against FDI in retail. 24, the Trinamool with 19. The left has already moved that notice, and we expect the Trinamool as well to move a similar notice.
The BJP will strongly oppose the FDI retail in the Parliament when it commences its proceeding on November 21. The strategy for opposition shall be determined within the NDA, and there shall also be coordination with those political parties which are opposed to FDI in retail. The BJP would like to put the government on the map as to why and how the categorical assurance given by the then Finance Minister in the Lok Sabha and the Commerce Minister in the Rajya Sabha has been openly violated.
First of all, I've just signed and sent the notice in the Rajya Sabha as well, under rules which require voting, on the question of opening up of the FDI, opening up the multi-brand retail sector to FDI. So in both the houses, the CPM members have given the motion, already served the notices, and we wish to take this up for a proper discussion under rules which will entail voting. And we would want the Parliament's approval to be considered by the government before they go ahead with this decision. Any such decision will have to be endorsed by the Parliament, and the government should not go back behind the cover of saying that this is an executive decision. The Parliament's opinion should be supreme, as it is in our constitutional scheme of things, that the ultimate sovereignty in our country rests with the people, which is exercised by their elected representatives. So we are moving this motion. All the other parties who have joined us in these protests, we hope that they will support this motion.
The Congress has chosen issues which it thinks are in the public and the national interest. It has never hesitated to state those issues upfront with confidence. We've tried to clarify all the unfortunate misgivings, many of which have been deliberately generated by vested political and non-political interests. Having done that, we certainly are not worried or scared about any debate. But so long as it is a debate, which is the hallmark of a parliamentary, democratic, open, transparent system, what we don't want is that in the guise of a debate, you have disruption, you have obstruction, or you have ulterior means and motives to prevent something in the national interest from coming through.
Well, I think it's not appropriate to put the cart before the horse. Parliament has not begun as yet. The floor leaders have to meet. The presiding officers of both the houses have their own role to play. So therefore, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it.
But does the government have the numbers? Does the government have the numbers on this? I mean, this is not something that you would be losing.
Well, let me tell you something very clearly, and this is something that we've demonstrated repeatedly over the past 8 years, that when the push comes to a shove, we are never found wanting. But let me caveat my remarks by saying that let's not put the cart before the horse. We'll cross the bridge when we come to it. Parliament has not begun as yet. The floor leaders are yet to meet. The presiding officers of both the houses have their own role to play. So therefore, let's leave it at that for the time being.